All right, if I can have your attention, we'll get underway with our next press conference. Joining us now are members of the Sul Ross State Lobo football team. In the center of our podium is head coach John Tyree. On the far end is Randall Carroll. Randall is a senior cornerback from Inglewood, California. Next to him is Dylan Wolf. Dylan is a senior defensive end from Norman G, Texas. And on the near side over here is Derek Bernard. Derek is the freshman quarterback out of Texas City. Coach, if you would just opening comments about the game. A little sloppy at first, and turnovers were kind of a bugaboo for you guys.
Well, it was there were enough turnovers for the whole season. I think we got a load of talent on the football team. It's just a matter of correcting mistakes. You can't correct a lack of talent, but we can really make a lot of improvement on our performance. And so we're excited about playing 8 non-scholarship schools after 2 scholarship schools.
And what you just said, you've opened the season with 2 Lone Star Conference schools, A&M Commerce yesterday and today Eastern New Mexico. That's a pretty tough task.
Well, they had a week of practice on us, and there were a lot of things, but that's no excuse for playing the way we did. We just played without a lot of discipline. We looked like a street ball team half the game, but we can correct that, and we will.
Question here for Derek. If we could just pass the mic back and forth. Your offense actually moved the ball fairly well, 385 total yards, but you had the turnovers. Talk a little bit about the success and then the problems you may have had.
A lot of the success came off when we spit at the tempo and not giving them a chance to get set. As a person, I need to do better. I had a lot of fumbles out there, being careless with the ball, which really shot us in our own foot. Giving my linemen a chance to do what they're supposed to do and get the ball out quick is really what I need to get better on as an individual. But as a team, we moved the ball a lot better than we did when we were at Commerce. So, I was happy with that, and the fact that the tempo was sped up. We only had 3 days of practice and some of the offense that we did run. So, we did look good, and the coaching staff was behind us the whole time. I just got to do better in protecting the ball as a quarterback.
Let's go down to Dylan. Defensively, 477 yards for the Greyhounds, but you forced 3 turnovers. Talk about your defensive play as a unit.
As a unit, we just have to do better of executing what coach calls. We had too many breakdowns of people trying to work outside of what coach tells them to do. And as long as we execute, we would have won that game.
Let's go next to Randall. Same basic question. Defensively, the struggles, or maybe not, that the defense had for them.
Yeah, we had a lot of struggle. We just need to mainly stay consistent throughout the whole game and play with the type of intensity that we know how to play with. We had a few breakdowns towards the end, getting frustrated with how the rest of the game was going. But we just need to mainly stay consistent and keep our intensity up throughout the whole game.
Questions for the Lobos?
Coach Tyree, the game started off with a delay of game, and we saw a spread offense, and then you went to the triple option. What was the reason for that?
Well, we didn't have much success last week with the spread. We've got some inexperienced quarterbacks, but they have experience in the option from their high school days. And we want to be able to play up-tempo and take advantage of speed and space, but we also want to be able to slow the game down and give the defense a chance to win it for us. And I think without the turnovers, I think there's been a pretty big difference. But they did happen. Part of ball control is ball security. We didn't do that. But we think if we can run both offenses well, and we're pretty sure we can, because we've been playing at a higher level of talent than we'll see down the road, that will give people preparation for us.
One of Coach Lynn's comments, Coach, was that based on your background, they were actually anticipating more options. You guys came out and threw the ball 33 times. Kind of caught them flat-footed.
Well, they weren't supposed to know that.
More questions?
Coach, how do you think preparing yourself with 2 D2 opponents will set you up for the conference schedule?
Well, the speed of the game will slow down in conference. Other than Mary Hardin Baylor is probably better than the D2 teams, but with that exception, the game will slow down quite a bit for us. And things will just happen a lot easier.
Any other questions?
Derek, you're the youngest freshman quarterback. What's the experience like coming here to play at Cowboy Stadium?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, it comes down to, having experience, but it's still a football game. It's nothing I haven't done before. You know, maybe they're a little bit older, a little bit bigger, but that makes no difference. I mean, like I said, I need to do better in certain things. As a freshman, I came out there with high school and, you know, bare minimum college experience, and I came out there and it showed. So as the weeks go on, I need to do better at holding on to the ball, protecting, getting it out quick, getting it away, and just when things are busted, just let it be busted. Let the ball go. Get out of the situation. Let the play another down.
Coach, you opened the season, as you mentioned, you got 2 D2 schools, but you've got 4 road contests before you finally get home. How do you get your team through this?
Well, our guys say they're pretty used to being on the road. So we're not worried where we play or when we play. It's how we play. But we're excited. We know, you know, I've been in this league before, so I know the level of talent we have is way up. And if we get the execution down, we'll be fine. So we're disappointed, but not discouraged.
For my last question for Dylan, you were on the defense last year, and we both know that offense was up tempo and one of the best in the nation. Defense, not so much. You guys played a whole lot better. Looking from this game on, how do you feel your defense will play going into conference?
I believe we're going to do just fine. We have the athletes on the field that were way better than what we had last year. We're improved in every position, and just like Coach said, we're too deep in every position, not like we had last year. So when we come together and we work as a unit, we're going to be a very good defense.
Coach Tyree, how's their option different from what your guys see in practice every day? Because you guys ran the option as well.
Well, I've run that offense for 40 years, so you know, we got a good look at it. They executed very well, and they just plug away 3 and 4 yards of whack, and they're hard to stop.
Do you think they wore you down a little bit more physical than you guys were at?
Well, it kind of seemed like that a little bit, but we had the ball quite a bit. I didn't see that.
Ran 80 plays.
We ran 80. How many?
83 plays.
How many they ran?
7.
So we control the ball a little bit, and I don't think that they wore us down that much. But, you know, it's a game of momentum, and when you make as many mistakes as we do, and of course they made some that got us going. But the mistakes, the penalties, and some of the penalties were just uncalled for, hitting people out of bounds. I don't know what the penalty yards were, but they weren't good.
All right, gentlemen, thank you, and best of luck.
Okay, well, thank you. It was a wonderful experience.